Alright, my friend. Welcome to this course titled Antivirus Evasion Hardcore. Here is a little bit about myself. My name is Mo Blessing Matake. In the field, I go by the name Joker, the Cyber Gopher. I am a self-taught with 3 years experience in the field. I am a red teamer who is very passionate in the cybersecurity industry. Also a content creator and an instructor. Feel free to get in touch. I love hearing from students. Course overview. First thing is first, we first start with building the lab. For example, setting up the environment, updating our machines to their latest versions and security, installing all the tools we are going to use throughout the course, etc. And from there, we start building our undetected payloads by taking well-known PowerShell payloads straight from the internet and make them evade a very much up-to-date security mechanisms. And also, we will be using Shellcode from Metasploit framework and slap it on Visual Studio to make a very unique executable payload. Don't worry if you don't know anything about programming. I will provide you the codes and also teach you how to modify them and obfuscate the payload so that even if you woke up getting flagged by any antivirus software, you go ahead and modify, obfuscate, and you'll be back on track. There's really more unique stuff here, so please stay tuned. Alright, now let's talk about the lab overview and requirements. In total, we need 2 machines. A Kali Linux machine is going to be our attack box. Windows machine is going to be a target. Requirements. You need to at least have 8 gigs of RAM and 60 gigs of storage. Okay, what if I don't meet the requirements, you ask? You can just sit back and learn how real advanced persistent threat do it in the real world and take some notes. This can help you someday or somehow if you are in the cybersecurity field. Who is this course for? This course is for red teamers, blue teamers, and also anyone in cybersecurity who just wanna know how advanced persistent threats work. The red teamers are going to level up their skills in their world of compromising system and evading security mechanisms, while blue teamers are going to learn how threat actors work or move in the world so they can defend better, protect their systems, and educate their fellow workers for better security. And of course, anyone in the cybersecurity field who just wanna know or learn how threat actors act in the real world. Stealth and patience are the hallmarks of advanced persistent threats, a famous quote about apps, and also note that nothing is really secure. So without wasting any time, let's get started into this course. Welcome to this lab setup and configuration module. In this phase, we are gearing up our digital playground for some serious exploration. Here is the rundown. I'll be spinning up 2 virtual machines, Kali Linux and Windows 11. Our virtualization software of choice is going to be VMware Workstation, a solid pick for its reliability and professional grade features. And hey, I got your back with a VMware Pro lifetime license key, courtesy of yours truly. Once our machines are up and running, we'll give them a good system update to beef up their security and keep them running smoothly, and then we dive into the main event. So let's roll up our sleeves and get this lab off the ground. Stay tuned for the next video. Exciting things lies ahead. Welcome to this learning unit of the module. In this learning unit, we are going to download the VMware virtualization software, install it, and activate its pro features. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and open up a web browser and let's go ahead and say download VMware. Let's go ahead and open the link on top right here. Alright, here we are, and this is how we're looking. Let's go ahead and scroll down, and if you are using a Windows machine, you go ahead and click right here. If you are using a Linux machine, you go ahead and click right here. I recommend that you should be using a Windows machine so that you won't face challenges during the course. Let's go ahead and click on download now. Alright, seems like we are facing an error right here on vmware.com. We are unable to download the executable because of some problem on their site. You can just go ahead and download it from external sites or third-party sites. Like right here, we have up to down. They do have VMware workstation right here. You can just go ahead and scroll down and click on download right here. So for me, I have already downloaded it. I'm not going to download it again. For me, it is right here in my downloads programs folder. I'll go ahead and double click on it. UAC prompt, just go ahead and click yes. Alright, here is the setup wizard. Let's go ahead and click on next. Let's go ahead and click right here. I accept the terms in the agreement, license or whatsoever. Alright, we are here now and the installation path is okay. Everything is fine. Add VMware Workstation console tools into system path. It is okay. You can just go ahead and click this one or whatsoever if you need it. Let's just go ahead and click next. Alright, we are here. For me, I'll go ahead and untick this one that is saying join the VMware Customer Experience Improvement Program, and I'll go ahead and leave this one to check for updates on startup. Let's go ahead and click next, and everything is fine. Next, install. Alright, it is going to take 1 minute or 2 minutes. It depends if you have an hard drive or an SSD drive. So for me, I have a hard drive. It is going to take a minute or whatsoever. So I'm going to pause the video and unpause once it has finished installing. Alright, the installation has finished. Let's go ahead and click on finish for now. And it seems like we have a new icon right here. I'm gonna put it right here and I'll go ahead and open it up. And this is how we're looking. As you can see, enter a license key to allow commercial use or whatsoever. For me, let me click right here, use VMware Workstation 17 for personal use, and it is going to say 30 days in time. But don't worry, we'll activate the pro features. I'm just going through the process. Alright, we have successfully installed the Workstation Pro or whatsoever. Now we need to activate its pro features permanently. We can come right here on where is it about VMware Workstation right here, and as you can see, status not licensed, type personal use or whatsoever, expiration not applicable. Alright, it's okay. Now I need you to go inside the resource file, the resources folder, and grab the VMware Workstation lifetime license key and come back with it right here. For me, it is somewhere else. I'll go ahead and pause the video and I'll unpause once I have come back with it. Alright, I am back and I have copied it. I'll go ahead and click on help, enter a license key. I'm gonna go ahead and paste it right here and I'll click OK. UAC prompt, go ahead and click yes, and the prompt did go. Now let's come back on help, about VMware Workstation, and if we come right here, it says the status is licensed, commercial use, no expiration. This product is licensed for commercial use. We have activated the pro features, unlimited, no expiration date. So this is it for this learning unit, my friend. Meet me in the next video, then we can see what we'll be doing from there on. Bye bye. Welcome to this learning unit of the module. In this learning unit, we are going to download the Kali Linux and the Windows 11 pre-installed virtual machines. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and open up our browser and say download Kali. Let's go ahead and click the first link on top. let's go ahead and click on virtual machines. And if you are using a 64-bit machine, just go ahead and click right here on this download button on VMware. If you are using a 32-bit, you go ahead and click right here. For me, I'm using a 64-bit machine. I have downloaded it. I'm not going to download it again. Alright, let's create a new tab and say download Windows 11 VM. Let's go ahead and click the first link on top. We are using VMware. Let's go ahead and choose this one. Alright, the file size is 24 gigs. Just note of that. For me, I have already downloaded it. I'm not going to download it again. I'll go ahead and cancel it. Alright, now I'm going to navigate to where my downloads have been stored. For me, they are in the downloads compressed folder, and they were zipped folders, and I did go ahead and unzip them. So this is the Kali Linux virtual machine, and this is the Windows 11 virtual machine. So this is it for this learning unit, my friend. Meet me in the next learning unit where we will start setting up these machines on the virtualization software. Alright, bye bye, my friend. Alright, we are back on back. So in this video, we are going to set up our virtual machines on our virtualization software. So let's go ahead and do so by clicking on open a virtual machine right here. Let's go in our downloads folder, compressed. Let's go ahead and start with the Kali Linux, and let's go ahead and double click on this file. And as we can see, now we do have a Kali Linux system right here. Let's go ahead and do on the second system. Let's come back on the home tab and open a virtual machine. We come back in the downloads compressed folder. We go into this folder which contains the Windows 11 virtual machine. We double click on this file again, and it says name for the new virtual machine. I'll go ahead and name it Windows 11. I'll say tab. And for the storage path for the new virtual machine, I'll go ahead and create a folder in my F drive right here where I have another virtual machines folders right here. I'll go ahead and create a folder and I'll name it Windows 11 dash tab, just like this. Then I'll come back right here and I'll click on browse. I'll allocate in the F drive boxes, VM and Windows 11 tab, and I'll click OK. So this is where my Windows 11 virtual machine is going to be stored. Let's go ahead and click import, and it should take 2 minutes to import this virtual machine into that folder. So I'll go ahead and pause the video and I'll unpause once it is finished importing this Windows 11 virtual machine. The importation of the Windows 11 virtual machine is finished. Now let's go ahead and modify these virtual machine settings. I'll go ahead and start with the Kali Linux right here. I'll go ahead and right click on it, and I'll just go ahead and hit rename. I wanna name it Ninja, just like that. What's wrong with my left pen? What's wrong with it? Everything is in corner. I don't know why. Let me close it and reopen it. Alright, nice, cool. So we do have our Kali Linux and our Windows 11 virtual machine. Now let's go ahead and modify these machine settings. Let's go ahead and start with the Kali Linux. Let's go ahead and click on edit virtual machine settings. On memory right here, I'll go ahead and allocate 4 gigs of RAM because I have 20 gigs of RAM on this system. On processors, I'll go ahead and allocate number of core processor 1 and number of processors, let me say 4. And I'll come right here, the disk is okay, network adapter is okay, and everything seems okay. So I just changed the memory and the processor's information right here. Let's go ahead and click OK. I'll go on the Windows 11 virtual machine. Let's go ahead and click on Edit Virtual Machine Settings. I'll go ahead and reduce the RAM to 4 gig and come right here and do the same. It is already configured. The hard disk is okay, 125. It doesn't mean it will go ahead and take 125 gigs of our storage. Nope. Now let's come right here and delete this one. We don't need it. And this one also. And as we can see, we have two network adapters. We have the first one, which is network adapter host only, and we have network adapter number 2. I'll go ahead and remove number 2, and I'll come back on the network adapter right here, and I'll put it on the NAT network adapter right here, and I'll click OK. Wonderful. So the last thing we need to do before we move on, we need to modify some IP addresses right here. You know, you will see what I'm talking about when I am in the process. Let's go ahead and click on Edit, and let's click on Virtual Network Editor. After that, I need you to click on Change Settings right here. It will give you a UAC prompt. Just go ahead and click Yes. All right, here we are. As you can see, we have this network adapter, this one and this one. We have host only, bridged, and NAT network, and their IP addresses for you should see 192 and 172.168 or whatsoever, but for me I already modified them just because I need my IP addresses on my virtual machines to look simple and straightforward, not 192.168.30.1 whatsoever. No, it will be like 10 10 10, and the last number that is going to be automatically assigned by the dynamic host configuration protocol. So this is where I modified. You can just come right here and modify it the way you want, 172 or 192.10.10, and the last IP address number will be set automatically by the DHCP. So this is where I modified. You go ahead and also modify it so it won't annoy you when you are typing IP addresses or whatsoever. It will be easy like that. After that, you go ahead and click Apply and OK. All right, my friends, so this is it. Our two virtual machines are ready to get powered on, so we'll leave it right here. This is it for this video, my friend. Meet me in the next video, then we'll start to get going with the Kali Linux. Bye bye. All right, we are back. So in this video, we'll mainly focus on our Kali Linux. We are going to power it on and log in and do whatever we want to do, like updating the system, creating a new root user or whatsoever. So let's go ahead and power on our Kali Linux system. Alright, looks like the Kali Linux is fully booted up. Let's go ahead and log in with the default credentials, which is Kali, and the password is also Kali. Wonderful, nice. So before we do anything, let's go ahead and open up our terminal and create a root user. It is already created. We are just going to put a password on the root user and go ahead and log in into the root user. Let's go ahead and say sudo su, and we put our password, which is Kali, and now we are logged in as root. Let's go ahead and say pw, not pw, pss, passwd. Yeah, that's all. And you go ahead and put your own password you wanna put on your root user. Alright, after that, let's go ahead and close this terminal and log out of this system. Now let's go ahead and log in as root with the password we created. Alright, wonderful. Now Let's go ahead and open up our terminal. And we say apt update. After apt update, we'll go ahead and say apt upgrade. Then we'll let the system update and upgrade its softwares, whatever it is. We'll go ahead and let it do its thing, and after that our system will be ready to get in the main event. So I'll go ahead and say apt update. It is going to download and update some repositories, and later on apt upgrade. That's all to upgrade our system to its latest version and security and whatsoever. Then our Kali Linux will be ready. So that's all what you need to do. So I'm gonna cut this video right here. This is it. This is the end of our Kali Linux video. You go ahead and upgrade your Kali Linux, and that's all, and modify it the way you want. For me, I'll go ahead and modify it the way I want on some preferences or whatsoever. So go ahead and do your thing on your Kali, and after that meet me in the next video. Then we'll meet when we start to tinkering with the Windows 11 virtual machine. This is it for Kali. Get your Kali very much up to date. Bye bye guys, I'll see you in the next video. All right my friend, we are here, we are back again. So in this video we are going to focus on our Windows 11 virtual machine to make it be ready to go for the main events. Let's go ahead and power on this virtual machine. It is going to take 2 minutes to 3 minutes because it is going to configure some users or whatsoever. So let's go ahead and give it a second, and we'll be back once it is finished configuring everything, once it is up and running. Alright my friend, now my Windows 11 virtual machine is fully booted up, and this is how we're looking. Nice. So the first thing I need you to do, this is for my own preferences. If you need to do, you go ahead and do so. I'm going to strip off the features of this Windows 11 virtual machine so it can run a little bit fast. You come on your settings, on the system tab, I need you to scroll down, come on about. I'll click on advanced system settings. Let's click on the performance settings. Let's go ahead and click adjust for best performance. Right here we are stripping off all the features of this Windows 11 virtual machine. This is for my own preferences. You go ahead and follow you if you need to do so. This is me modifying my system the way I want it to be. Nothing more important right here. And lastly, I need you to come on the Windows Update and click check for updates to make sure your machine will be very much up to date the next time we meet. And lastly, the last thing I need to do on this machine, it looks like we have a bunch of unnecessary softwares we will not use. So for me, I'm going to remove all unnecessary softwares which is bloatwaring this system. So what I will do, like this Blender for Visual Studio, or right click and click on uninstall. The calculator, I don't need it. The camera, I don't need it. The clamp up video, the clock, the Corana, I don't need it. Feedback hub, I don't need it. I'll just right click and install. That is bloatwaring. Get help, get started, I don't need them. OneDrive, I don't need it. Paint, Quick Assistant, all of these I'm going to bloatware. And even the Visual Studio 2022, I don't need it. I'll go ahead and bloatware this system. This is for my own preference, so my system can run a little bit fast. If you need to do so, you go ahead and follow along. So this is what you will see next time when you see me. I'm going to modify my virtual machine then the way I want. I'm not going to create any misconfiguration or whatsoever. That's all. So the next time I see you, your machine better be ready and very much up to date right here on the updates. That's all. This is it for this video, my friend. We are done with Windows 11. Until I see you next time. Bye bye. Alright my friend, welcome to this learning unit. So in this learning unit, we have already talked about it. We are going to install Visual Studio on our host machine. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and open up our browser, and I need you to go ahead and say download Visual Studio. Let's go ahead and open the first link on top. Alright, let's go ahead and click on the community, which is just say free download. Let's go ahead and choose the community edition. And the download should begin. As we can see, let's click on start download. I'll go ahead and close the browser. I'll go ahead and click on open. UAC prompt, go ahead and click yes. Alright, right here, let's just go ahead and click continue. Now it is telling me that it is getting Visual Studio installer ready. Let's just go ahead and leave this process to finish. Let me pause the video and I'll unpause once this process is finished. Alright, the downloading is finished and it is saying that it has finished installing the Visual Studio installer. Let's just go ahead and give it a second again. Alright, so it got installed and this is where I am. It did pop up the first window that is in the background and it did go ahead and pop this one. Alright, now go ahead and pay attention. I need you to come right here, scroll down a little bit. I need you to click right here on .NET Desktop Development, and I need you to scroll down and also go ahead and click right here. That's all I need you to click for now. If I scroll down, is there anything we need? I believe there's really nothing. If we need another package later on, we can just come right here again and click another package to install, but for now this is everything. Go ahead and choose this one and also this one. This is C# and this is C++. That's all. Now the trick is you can just go ahead and say install while downloading, or download all then install. It's up to you. So for me, I'll just go ahead and say download all then install, or install while downloading. I don't even know what option to choose, so let me just go ahead and install while downloading. I'll just go ahead and click install. Alright, so it is going to start downloading, the downloading operation, and installing while downloading other files. The downloaded files will be installed while it is downloading other files or whatsoever. So this process is going to take a little bit while because it is going to download the files in 3 gigs size. Let's just say about 4 gigs of size. So I'm going to pause the video again and I'll unpause once this process is finished. So bye bye for a second, my friend. I'll be meeting you in a flash second. Alright, my friend, I am back. So the downloading and the installation of the Visual Studio has finished. Now let's go ahead and click on skip this for now. Alright, let's just go ahead and click on start Visual Studio. Alright, here we are, and this is looking awesome. We can just go ahead and close this one in the background. Alright, we can just go ahead and click create a new project. And this is how we're looking right here. So we'll be creating C# for applications. We can come right here, all languages, choose C#, platform, Windows. All projects, we need console. So we'll be using this one, and also C++. We will also be using this one right here, not this one. Where is it? With the .NET. Can't find it. It's okay, let's just leave it for now. We'll see it later on in the course. So for now, this is good. We have successfully installed our Visual Studio program. Let's just go ahead and leave it like this, and I'll be meeting you in the next, I believe we are going to the next module. So bye bye, my friend. This is it for all this module. So this is it for this section part of the course. Bye bye, my friend. I'll be meeting you in the next section. Alright, my friend. Before we dive deep into the depths of this module, there's literally 2 things we need to do. The first thing is we need to install Sublime text editor on our Kali Linux virtual machine. And the second thing is we need to make sure that our Windows 11 is still very much up to date. So let's go ahead and open up our Windows 11 virtual machine. Let's go to our settings and let's go ahead and click on Windows Update, and I need you to click check for updates. As you can see, our Windows 11 virtual machine is very much up to date. That's all for Windows 11. Let's come back right here on our Kali Linux and let's go ahead and launch a terminal. I don't like using the traditional terminal. I love something called Terminator. This one. I'll right click edit panel and here it is. Wonderful. Now let's go ahead and open up our browser. You can use your browser on your virtual machine or your host machine. I'm going to use the browser on my host machine. Now I need you to say Sublime text editor. Let's go ahead and click on install for Linux right here. Alright, and let's scroll down a little bit and I need you to come on apt right here because we are going to use the apt in our Kali Linux to install the Sublime text editor. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is to install the GPG key. Let's go ahead and copy this command, Ctrl C, come back with it on our Kali, paste it and hit enter. The command ran successfully. Let's come back right here and we have two versions of Sublime Texter, the stable and the development one. Let's go ahead and choose the stable version of it, copy it, paste it right here. Wonderful. Let's come back right here again and now we need to update the resources and we'll need to go ahead and install after updating the resources. Let's go ahead and copy the command to update the resources, hit enter. Alright, for me I already ran this command, that's why it is done. Now let's come back right here and let's go ahead and copy the last command right here and come back with it right here and paste it to install the Sublime text editor. Now it is telling us it needs to go ahead and download 50 megabytes of packages. For me it has already downloaded it. That's why it did skip the part of downloading. Now it seems like our Sublime Texter has been installed. We can go ahead and launch it by searching it in our repository, Sublime. Here it is. I love it to be on my panel right here. So our Sublime Texter has been installed successfully. This is it for the Kali Linux, and for the Windows 11 virtual machine it should be very much up to date. That's your goal. This is it for this learning unit, my friend. Make sure your Windows 11 virtual machine is very much up to date and also you have installed Sublime text editor on your Kali Linux machine. And after that, meet me in the next learning unit, my friend. Bye bye. I'll be seeing you in the next learning unit. Alright, my friend, in this learning unit we are going to take very well-known PowerShell payloads straight from the internet to modify them and make them evade the Microsoft antivirus solution, which is just Windows Defender in short. So let's go ahead and open up our web browser. You can open the web browser on your virtual machine. For me, I'm going to use this one on my host machine. Alright, let's go ahead and say rev shells. Let's go ahead and open up the first link on top, which is revshells.com. Alright, so this is how we're looking. The first thing we need to change is the IP address right here. Let's go ahead and confirm our IP address with our Kali Linux right here. Open up your terminal and I'll go ahead and say IP A. And my IP address is 10.10.10.131. I'll come back right here and it is already 10.10.10.131. And for the port right here, I'm going to change it to 443. I would love to use 443. And let's come right here on the OS. Let's choose Windows and we'll come right here on PowerShell right here. We have PowerShell 1, PowerShell 2, PowerShell 3, PowerShell 4, and PowerShell base 64 encoded. Alright, so This command, as we all know, is obviously going to be flagged as malicious. So before we take it to our Windows 11 virtual machine, let's go ahead and check right here that is saying listener. On the right side we have netcat listening on port 443. As you can see, you can listen for connection by using also the netcat Windows binary, rust cat or whatsoever, but I would like to use rlrep plus netcat, which is just this one. Go ahead and copy the command to utilize a listener. Come back right here, clear the screen, paste the command and hit enter. So now I have a listener ready for any connection. So let's come right here on our Windows 11 virtual machine, and I'll need you to launch the Windows PowerShell ICE. While it is loading up, let's come back right here on our web browser. Let's go ahead and start to play with the PowerShell number 1. Let's go ahead and scroll down and copy it right here. Come back right here on our Windows 11 virtual machine on our ICE. Alright, I'll create a new script page by clicking right here, and I'll go ahead and paste the contents I have just copied. I hope you are seeing properly. Alright, so as we all know, this command or this payload or this script we are going to run is going to be flagged malicious. Let's go ahead and check if our Windows Defender is up and running. Virus and threat protection, virus and threat protection settings, and as you can see, real-time protection, dev drive protection, and tamper protection. That's all we need. They are up and running. So if we try to run this command right here or a script, it is going to be flagged as malicious. As we can see, this script contains malicious content and has been blocked by our antivirus solution. So our goal is to make this script undetected by the AV solution. So before we go ahead and start doing that, let's go ahead and confirm that our payload really works. Like when I say really works, is we need to confirm that it needs to connect back to the attacker. Then we'll go ahead and start modifying it. By default, obviously it is going to connect, but we need to really make sure. So I'll go ahead and turn off the tamper protection and real-time protection, just like that. And my listener is up and running, and I'll go ahead and run the script. As you can see, it is hanging right here. Let's come back right here on our Kali. As we can see, it is saying connect, so which means we might have a session in this computer. As we can see, we are seeing everything inside that target computer. PWD, this is where I am. CD, backpack, PWD. All right, wonderful. As you can see, the PowerShell payload is working very fine. So our goal is to make that script undetected by the antivirus solution. So now let's go ahead and stop the script from running, and we'll come back right here, turn on real-time protection. We have our proof of concept that our script runs properly. So now everything is good, everything is green. Now our real-time protection and tamper protection is on. Now let's go ahead and copy this command or this script right here to our Kali Linux virtual machine. Let's go ahead and open up the Sublime text editor, and I'll go ahead and paste it right here, and this is how we're looking. Alright, so the first technique to making PowerShell payloads undetected, the first technique is to change the variable names, like this one: lhost, TCP client, lport. Anything you see with a $sign is a variable name. Anything you see with a $sign. Stream writer, stream reader, output, raw data. All of these, we need to change these variable names to something else that isn't familiar to the Microsoft antivirus solutions or whatsoever. So let's go ahead and click right here on find, and let's go ahead and click right here replace. So it is find and replace. So what we need to do, let's copy the lhost variable name, paste it right here on find, and we are going to replace it with something else, which is just any rubbish you need to replace it with, just like this. So if I click on find, it is going to find anywhere that has lhost variable. As you can see, we only have this lhost variable and this one. So if I click on find, it locates one, and I'll go ahead and say replace, and it goes to the next listening host variable, and I'll go ahead and say replace. Now we don't have any lhost variable name again. That's how you change variable names. Now let's go ahead and change lport. make sure you replace with a different name. I'm just going to put another rubbish just like this, and find L port. We have 2 L ports, so I'm going to say replace and replace. Next we have TCP client, any rubbish you wanna put. So the first one, let me click for find. Here we have the first one, replace. You don't want just click on replace all, because you might face errors, because there are some words like let me show you. This one you don't need to click on replace it, because it is just a word that is meaning something else. As you can see, new object .net.secret.tcp client, it is not a variable, but it is just another function in a script. So you don't need to click on replace all, so you need to pay attention in everything you are doing to the lowest detail. Now let's go ahead and click find again. You can see $TCP client, replace, $TCP client, replace, $TCP client, replace, $TCP client, replace. Don't touch these ones because it doesn't have a $, so it's not a variable name, it's another function that is standing on its own. All right, let's move on to the next variable, stream writer. Let's go ahead and put some rubbish. First one, stream writer, replace. The second one, don't touch it because it's not a variable. Let's go ahead and click on find, stream writer, another variable, replace, another one, replace, another one, replace. We only have this one. Let's go ahead and leave it. Now we come on buffer, replace with any rubbish, replace, 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 replace. Now we can come on $code, this one, variable. All right, we have this one, $code.length, replace. We have this variable again, replace, replace, replace. We have raw data, replace with n rubbish, replace, replace. All right, so we have stream reader and network streamer or whatsoever and output. So the thing is to modify your script, then go ahead and test it to see if it is still working, because you might be break the script. So the trick is to modify a little bit, then go ahead and test it. So let's go ahead and copy our payload straight with it to our Windows 11 virtual machine, remove the last one, paste the new one, and our Windows Defender is up and running. Let's go ahead and try to run the payload. As you can see, the script is hanging, which means it is successfully run. Let's come back right here on our Kali Linux. As you can see, we have a shell from this IP address, which is just the Windows 11 virtual machine. You can go ahead and say ipconfig. As you can see, this is the IP address of that virtual machine. You can go ahead and say who am I. We are user on this system. System info, it is going to query the system of this Windows 11 virtual machine. As you can see, this is the info, but it is not in nice or organized way. This is just how it is. So as you can see, we have successfully evaded or we have successfully evaded the antivirus solution right here, as you can see, by just changing the variable names or whatsoever. You can stop the script by clicking right here, but I don't believe it will go ahead and stop. But yeah, this time it did, I believe. Yeah, it did stop running. So this is how you evade. This is the first technique, by just changing the variable names. As you can see, let's really go ahead and confirm that our Windows Defender is still up and running. Virus and threat protection, manage settings, view time protection, and the timber protection. Our listener is ready. Let me go ahead and try to rerun it to see if we really did it. As you can see, it is hanging, so surely we really did evade the antivirus solution. It is working very fine. Wonderful. So this is it for this learning unit, my friend. Meet me. We are just getting our hands and our feet wait, we are just getting started, my friend. Don't fear anything. In the next learning unit, we are going to move to the PowerShell version number 2 or PowerShell version number 3 or version number 4 or whatsoever. So we are just getting started, my friend. Don't worry about anything. We are going to get dirty real quick. So this is it for this learning unit. I'll be seeing you in the next learning unit, where I'm going to teach you other evading tactics you can apply to your PowerShell payloads as a red teamer, as a competent and successful red teamer. So bye bye, my friend. I'll be seeing you in the next learning unit. Bye bye. All right, friendo, welcome to this learning unit, where we are going to manually apply other tactics or techniques to our PowerShell payloads that we take straight from the internet to really evade detection. So in this learning unit, we are going to focus on adding sleep functions and adding comments through the script or through the code. That's all. Let's go ahead and open up our Kali Linux virtual machine and open Sublime text editor, and let's come back on our host machine browser, and we were on PowerShell number 2. Let's go ahead and copy this payload, come back with it on our Kali, on our Sublime text editor, paste it, and let's go ahead and remove this one. We don't need it, and also the last double quotes right here. All right, so the first thing we did in the last learning unit, which is the first learning unit, is to change the variable names. These ones, anyway, you see with a dollar, is a variable name. This is the first technique we applied in the last learning unit, and in this learning unit, or with this type of payload, I believe it is not enough. So we are going to combine changing the variable names, add sleep functions, and also lastly add the comments through the code. I believe we might be able to stand a chance to really evade the antivirus solution. So let's go ahead and start with the variable client. Click on find and replace. Let's go ahead and say find client and replace it with this garbage. Replace, and this is TCP client, not $sign client as a variable. This is another function, so we go ahead and skip it by clicking on find. So this is $sign client, which means it's a variable. We go ahead and replace. Wonderful. Let's move on to the next variable, which is stream. Find stream, replace it with this garbage. Replace. This is get stream, not $sign stream, so we skip it by clicking on find. We have $sign stream. Let's go ahead and replace, replace, and replace. Now we go on to the next variable, which is bytes. You all know the drill. Replace, 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 replace. Let's move on to the next one, data. Replace, replace. What is the next one again? Send back. This is send back 2, so we go ahead and skip it. We have send back, replace. We have send back 2, we go ahead and skip it. We have send back, we replace. Let's go to the send back 2. We replace it with something different. Let's go ahead and replace the first send back 2, the second send back 2. Wonderful. Let's move on to the next variable, send byte. Replace, replace, replace. Alright, so let's not go ahead and continue modifying the code. Let's go ahead and take it straight to our Windows 11 virtual machine and test it if we didn't break it. Let's go ahead and see. Our netcat listener is running. Come back with it on our Windows PowerShell ICE. Try to run the payload, and it is working fine, and it is still getting flagged. So we haven't killed our code, it is still working properly. Let's go ahead and continue to modifying our payload. What is the next variable name? I'm not seeing one. I believe there isn't any from now on. Alright, wonderful. As we said, we need to go ahead and add sleep functions for now, so let's just go ahead and take the payload straight with it to the Windows 11 virtual machine. It is already here. Alright, I need to do this so I can do my things clearly. I'll go ahead and confiscate my payload so it will fit in one screen. Alright, this is nice. Alright, right now I'm going to add sleep functions. I am going to add it right here. As you can see on this side, this is where you need to add your sleep function. So you go ahead and say sleep bracket 0. Let's say 3 bracket, and you add this sign again. This is ending another command or another function or an instruction to the code. So we have this one again. You can go ahead and say sleep. I want you to put your sleep functions where you think the malicious acts are going to start, because when you put a sleep function there, the antivirus, when it is inspecting your command or inspecting your command or your script at the runtime, it will think maybe it did finish run and leave your command, and then your command will continue running after the Microsoft, or not Microsoft, the antivirus solution has left your process. So I recommend you to put your sleep functions where you think the malicious stuff is going to start. Like right here on the start of the command, you can go ahead and add a sleep function just like this. Wonderful. Let me go ahead and copy this payload to the clipboard so that when I run, sometimes the the Windows PowerShell ICE might be closed to kill this process or whatsoever. So I have it on my clipboard. Now let's go ahead and try to run it. And as we can see, it is still getting flagged. Wonderful. Now let's move on to start adding let's move on. I have another variable client. I believe it is the one with this one. Yeah, I believe so. Let me go ahead and copy it and put it right here. Try to run it. Yeah, I believe I have left this client right here. I believe so. Alright, cool. Now let's continue to start adding the comments through our code. You can start add your comments also right here when this sign is put right here. You add comments by doing so. You add your comments in the code by doing so. Then you add any rubbish, just like this. Any rubbish you wanna put there. This is how you do it. This is adding comments in your code to really confuse the antivirus solution or whatsoever. Let me find somewhere I can put again right here. Pay attention to the things that I'm doing. Alright, wonderful. Now let's go ahead and try to run our script or our payload to see if we did it. It is still getting flagged. So changing the variable names, putting comments through the code, and adding sleep functions is not enough. We are getting flagged and we are not receiving anything right here. As a red teamer, we are having a bad day. Alright, let's go ahead and up our game by adding the backticks in the code or in the payload or in the script. So when I say adding the backticks, I mean putting the backticks like this way. You can add this backtick right here. As you can see, the code just changed to red, which means something is missing, and the comment is saying the string is missing the terminator, which is just this one. So if you put 2, now your code is back to normal. But if you put 1 just like this, your code is now rubbish and it won't run properly. So but if you put 2 just like this, it is fine. And if you also put these double quotes when they are 2, they are working fine. Everything is fine, everything is just normal. So let's go ahead and try adding these double backticks or one single backtick on the code to really see if we can really evade. I'll go ahead and copy this payload to my clipboard and try to run it. As you can see, the command is hanging or the script is hanging, which means we might have a shell on our Kali Linux listener. If we come back right here, we have a connect from this IP address, which is the Windows 11 virtual machine. We can really go ahead and confirm by saying IPA, not IPA, but IP config, I believe. Alright, as you can see, 10.10.10.130. This is the Windows 11 virtual machine. Wonderful. You can go ahead and clear the screen, say system info. Wonderful. As you can see, this time our results are organized and we have successfully evaded the antivirus solution by just adding these 2 backticks. These 2 backticks right here, we have successfully evaded the antivirus solution. Let's go ahead and cancel and try a single backtick to really see if it is the thing that just did the trick. I'll remove these two right here, and I'll also go ahead and remove these ones and try to run the code. It is flagged, but if we add just these two, the code is working. So these two backticks is doing all the magic. Wonderful. Do you see how easy it is when you know what you are doing, when you know you are competent enough, you are dominating? See how easy it is. This is how you do it, my friends. By just adding backticks, you can go ahead and add them on another location. Let's go ahead and try to add them right here to really see if we can evade by adding them right here. Let's go ahead and try to run. As you can see, we are being flagged. So I think this function right here, or this what do we call it, this function is the one that is getting detected right here. Let's go ahead and try to put them right here to really see if it is going to work. Yes, it is going to work. So this first function right here is the one that is getting detected right here. It has something malicious in it. As you can see, we are having a good day right now. All right, you can go ahead and add them like a mad person. Nobody is stopping you and no one is going to stop you. You can add them like this. Nobody is going to stop you, my friend. I think you are seeing properly. You can also add these double quotes. Just make sure you don't break the code. You can add them like a mad person, mad red teamer, or whatsoever. And you can also go ahead and change the letters. Like this one is GE, you can put it like this. It is correct and it won't break the code. Ring, say nobody is going to ask you. On sleep function, you can also go ahead and add on sleep right here, add these double quotes. Now let's go ahead and try to run our code to see if we didn't break it. I hope so we didn't. Our listener is ready. Let's try to run the payload. It is hanging, which means it is working just fine. Nice. So we really did it, my friend, as you can see, by just adding these two backticks. And we haven't started anything, my friend. This is just getting our hands wet. Meet me in the next learning unit, where I'm just going to drop the bomb in front of you, just like that. Bam! Just like that. I'm going to drop so many evading other tactics to PowerShell payloads. That's all, my friend. So meet me in the next learning unit, where I'm just going to drop everything I have in my books, in my shoes, in my pockets. Bye bye, my friend. I'm meeting you in the next learning unit. All right, my friends, we are back again. Welcome to the third learning unit, where we are going to manually apply other evading tactics and techniques to our PowerShell payloads to evade the antivirus solutions. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and open up our browser. We'll take PowerShell number 3 or PowerShell number 2, whatever you want. Just go ahead and copy it to the clipboard. Come back with it on your Kali Linux. Go ahead and paste it right here. I'll go ahead and remove this. We don't need it. And remove this one. And I'll go ahead and copy the payload straight with it to our Windows 11 virtual machine. Before we do so, let's make sure our listener is right here. I'll paste it right here. Alright. If we run it, we all know that it is going to be flagged as malicious. So before we jump around changing variable names or whatsoever, let's just go ahead and hit the nail at the top. This is the notification of this command right here. Let's just go ahead and start hitting the nail at the top by adding two backticks. Now let's go ahead and try to run this command. As you can see, it is hanging, which means that these two backticks right here just evaded the entire Microsoft headquarters security. VMware I am user, net users. How many are we on this system? We have administrator, user, default, or whatsoever. As you can see, our shell and our command or our script has successfully evaded the security mechanism by just adding two backticks. Do you know and do you see how simple it is? Can you see that? These two backticks, we can add double backticks like this. Try to run it. As you can see, it is working. We are having a shell by just adding two backticks. Can you see how simple it is? Wonderful. Alright, let's go ahead and start adding or applying other evading functions, which is just changing how functions are standing or how functions does work. All right, so the first function we need to change is IEX. Where is it? Do we have IEX on this command? Yes, we do have it, which is just invoke expression. If we go ahead and try to run this command, it is going to output this one, and if we apply VMware, it is just going to run this command. And if we type IEX, it is just the short of invoke expression, and we hit enter, it just performs the same. If we say VMware, it just execute the command. And if we also do this again, I believe, let me check in my notes. Pay attention, I'm going to paste the command right here, which is this one. As you can see, this is just the same way of calling invoke expression, which is just this one. This is just the same way. Let me go ahead and hit enter. As you can see, it is just doing the same. So this is how you change functions. As you can see, we have invoke expression right here. We can go ahead and change the function just like this. It is just going to do just the same. This is how you change how functions are standing. All right, let's look for other functions we can change. I believe, do we have PWD? We can change PWD. We can go ahead and change shell to TCG underscore security. If we try to run this payload, I believe this is not enough. It will also go ahead and get flagged or whatsoever. Let's go ahead and try to run it. As you can see, flagged, but if we add these double quotes or whatsoever, it is going to run properly. All right, what you can do to this script is just add comments, add backticks, change variable names or whatsoever. There's not really other commands that you will go ahead and that we can go ahead and change how they stand out. Let's go ahead and try to run it. It is hanging. If we come back right here, we have a session as TCG security, or profile is TCG security, and it is working very fine. Wonderful. I'll go ahead and cancel it, clear the screen, come back to my web browser right here. Let me clear this, and also select everything, clear this, come back right here on my web browser. I'll go on PowerShell number 2. This one, I'll go ahead and copy it, come back with it right here. Let me start with it on the Sublime text editor. Remove this backtick at the end, and also remove this one. All right, nice. Copy it to virtual machine. So we have PWD. There's another way of implementing PWD. This is just fine. We can change this IEX to something else, which is just something we copied. We all know that. We can use the full word invoke expression, or this one. It is just going to do the same. We can add backticks right here, or change this PS, this PowerShell stand letter or profile. Just go ahead and say TCG underscore security. PWD, this command is just going to run PWD, I believe. Let me go ahead and paste it right here. As you can see, we are on the C. This is another way of saying PWD. This is just another way, and this is another way of saying PWD. I believe there's another way, which is just putting GL in brackets, as you can see. So we can just go ahead and replace this with GL. This is changing how functions are standing. Nice. Do we have something else to change? Do we? There is no other words we can use to change our functions are standing. So let me go ahead and copy this payload to the clipboard, and the listener is ready right here. I can go ahead and try to run this payload, and it is getting detected. Nice, kudos. But if we add our backticks, it is going to work. Working. Come back right here. TCG security in the C drive. Where am I? We are user in the C drive. We can go ahead and move on to the users folder. And now we are TCG profile in the users directory. Nice. So don't underestimate the power of backticks. Alright, I'll cancel this session, close it, and I'll run another listener. And I believe this is my latest command. This is the one. So what is the next thing I need you to do? The next thing we need to do is misplacing. I want you to be careful with this technique, misplacing functions, and misplacing how functions are working or how they are standing. All right, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me fix this one so that they can fit in one screen. Okay, so when I say misplacing, is like removing this command right here from right here, like cut, remove it and paste it right here. Be careful with this technique because it might break your code. Be careful with this technique, it might break your code. Be careful with it. You can go ahead and misplace this one again. I need to apply it where it fits because it might break your code. Pay attention to what I'm doing. Alright, my listener is up and ready. It is healthy and running. Let me go ahead and try to run this command or this script. I have misplaced the functions, and as you can see it is hanging, and I assume it did work. As we can see, it is working properly. So this technique I just showed you on the last, you have to be very careful with it because you might break your code. You might break your code. I repeat, my friend, this is not a what do we call it? What do we call it in military? This is not a drill. This is real. All right, so we can go ahead and replace this one, the first line right here. I believe we can cut it and put it right here. I believe we won't kill our script or our payload. Yeah, I believe so, but I don't I don't think it is going to work. Let me go ahead and try to run. No, it is not going to work, so I will redo what I did. Redo again, redo again, redo again, redo. All right, so the main function is right here on top. If I misplace this one is just connected with this one. So if I do this, will my replacement technique work? There's a while right here, so it won't work. What is only going to work is like replacing this one and put it right here. So what's important is for you, it showed an error, but I think it did come and connect. As we can see, yeah, on the last run it showed an error, but it did come and connect, but it is not working properly because it is not straight. So this is the one we've been modifying. Let's go ahead and try to run it. As you can see, it is working. Nice. So what's important for you to know is you can only misplace the ones that the commands or the actions in between, not the first one and the last one, because these are very important. This is the one that opens and closes the thing between. So you can only misplace these functions in the middle of the code. Don't misplace or touch or play with these. They are vital, so you have to be careful. That's why I say you have to be careful with this technique. All right, my friends, so this is all of it of PowerShell payloads. I believe I have armed you with the knowledge to really take any PowerShell payload from the internet and make it evade the security mechanisms. I hope I did that. So you can go ahead and give your tests on yourself, take another payload or whatsoever, and apply all the techniques and tactics I have taught you to really evade. I believe you are going to nail it, my friend. There's no jargon or there's no anything, there's no surprise. You are really going to do it. I bet you are good now. So this is it for this learning unit, my friend. I'll be meeting you in the next one. Bye bye. All right, my cyber friend. Welcome to this learning unit where we are going to build our own unique fabricated shellcode runner payload from the ground that will evade the antivirus solutions. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and launch Visual Studio and get started. Go ahead and click on create a new project. Come right here on all languages, drag it down. I need you to choose the C#. Come right here on all platforms, choose Windows. All projects types, choose console. go ahead and select this one below, console app.net framework. Go ahead and choose this one and go ahead and click next. Alright, so the project name, what are we going to call it? I'm just going to call it Gopher. And the location of the project, I'm going to choose a custom location, so I'll go ahead and create the location where I need to store this code. I'll go in my F drive. I'll go ahead and create a new folder. I'll name it Visual Studio and I'll hit enter. Wonderful. Before we move on, I need you to go in your Windows security, or let's just say Windows Defender security settings, and I need you to exclude that folder from antivirus inspections. For me, I have already excluded the whole F drive, but for you, you should go ahead and do that to that folder you have created. You come right here on virus and threat protection settings, then you drag it down, then you come on exclusions, click add or remove exclusions. UAC prompt, go ahead and click yes. Alright, as you can see, my whole F drive right here is excluded from antivirus inspection, so everything that is right here will not be inspected by the antivirus. But if you have created your folder, you need to come right here in your settings and add that exclusion, because the payload we are going to build will be deleted, or you failed to build it on Visual Studio or whatsoever, because the antivirus will be inspecting whatever you are doing. So go ahead and add an exclusion. After that, let's go ahead and close it down. Come back to the Visual Studio right here. Go ahead and select the location we just created. F drive, Visual Studio, select folder, click create. Alright, let's go ahead and give it a second. It won't take too long. Alright, so the Visual Studio has finished creating the Gopher solution, and this is how we're looking. Now I need you to go ahead and navigate to wherever your resources are. For me, they are right here. F drive, Terrabox download, right here, right here. And I need you to go ahead and open Shellcode Runner C# and go ahead and open this Shellcode Runner XO encoded.c. Go ahead and open it with any text editor. For me, I have Sublime text editor. I would love to use that one because it knows the programming languages, so it is going to highlight with colors. Alright, wonderful. So right now I need you to go ahead and start paying attention. That's what I need you to do. Let's go ahead and copy this one. Copy, come back with it on Visual Studio. Let's go ahead and remove this one and paste it just like this. Wonderful. No issues yet found. I need you to come right here on internal class program. I hope you are seeing properly. Let me try to increase the fonts. Yes. Let's go ahead and create some space by hitting the enter and creating some space right here. Come back to your Sublime text editor. Alright, as you can see, internal class program and internal class program right here. Let's go ahead and copy everything between until you reach static void main right here. So copy everything to right here. Pay attention because you might create errors in your code. So I need you to copy from right here to right here. Control C to copy. Go ahead and paste it right here. And no issues found yet. Now I need you to create some space right here on static void main. Right here, create some space. Come back right here on Sublime text editor. Let's copy everything. As you can see, static void main, static void main. Copy everything inside those brackets until you reach right here. Control C to copy, come back with it right here, and Control V to paste. Wonderful. Alright, so it looks like we have 8 errors, and it looks like right here we have a big error that is saying paste output from XO encoded here. As you can see, paste the output from the XOR encoded here. I mean encoder here, not encoded. So that's the thing we need to do right here. So go ahead and minimize this window from Visual Studio. I'll also go ahead and minimize this one. And now let's come back right here to where our resources are. Now I need you to go ahead and open the PowerShell XOR encoder. I'll go ahead and redo it on Sublime Text Editor. Alright, wonderful. Go ahead and copy everything. Control C. I'll minimize this window and also this window. I'll go ahead and launch the PowerShell Windows ICE. Pay attention, my friend. I don't need you to get lost or confused on anything. Pay attention to every detail that I'm doing right here. Pay attention. Let's go ahead and click right here on your script to create a page, and I need you to paste what you have copied. Let me increase the fonts. Alright, wonderful. So right here on this small PowerShell code right here, we have a small command right here which is going to launch MSF Venom on Kali Linux to generate a Windows x64 meter-printer reverse TCP payload, and the listening host will be the IP address of the Kali Linux on this network adapter ETH0. Listening port is going to be 443 and exit function is going to be thread, and the file format is going to be C# code. That's what is going to happen with this command. So right now I need you to go ahead and copy it from right here to the end. Come back on not Visual Studio, I mean the VMware workstation on your Kali Linux. Go ahead and open up a terminal and paste the command we just copied. And for me, I'll go ahead and change right here on meter printer. I don't need meter printer right here. I need the good old shell underscore reverse underscore TCP right here, because I don't need to get in all that work to launch MSF Metasploit and launch a listen on Metasploit or whatsoever. I'm just going to use netcat binary to catch this reverse shell. You can go ahead and experiment with the meter printer, but after you have done everything I am doing right here, and then later on go ahead and experiment on your own. Go ahead and fail, try to find what works, what not works on your own. But right now, go ahead and follow everything that I'm doing for you to not get confused. I need your learning experience to be straightforward and simple, my friend. That's my job right here. Let's give it a second, and our shellcode has been generated. Now I need you to go ahead and come back right here on PowerShell ICE. As we can see, this is where we need to paste our shellcode right here. So let's go ahead and copy it. I need you to copy it from right here, scroll up, and I need you to copy it from right here. As you can see, pay attention, my friend. Control C to copy from right here to the end. Come back to Windows PowerShell ICE. I'll go ahead and remove this one. This is just an example. Remove it, and I'll paste the new one I have just copied as it is saying in the comments. Replace with your shellcode bytes. Alright, wonderful. Now go ahead and run the script by clicking right here or press F5. And as you can see, we do have something below right here. Wonderful. Now what I need you to do, pay attention, my friend. I need you to copy the command or the outputted shellcode from right here, which is byte, to the end right here. Start from byte, buffer or something, to the end right here. Control C to copy. Go straight with it to Visual Studio, and I need you to paste it right here. Go ahead and remove this garbage. Go ahead and paste it. Now we do have more errors, and it is now 20 errors. It's okay. Let's go ahead and fix them manually. I need you to move right here to the end, and as you can see, we have red signs right here, which is the warnings. So go ahead and press the delete key to combine what was below with the end one right here, just like that. And let's move on to the end. There's no red sign again. Come down right here, click delete. As you can see, the errors are being reduced. Come to the end, no more red sign. There's a red sign. Click delete again to combine the command. As you can see, it is the shellcode, not the command. and now it is saying no issues has been found. Wonderful, we are doing great right here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit Control S to save the file, and now we need to go ahead and build this code. But before we build, my friend, you need to know what this code is doing, or what is the purpose of this code, or whatsoever. So what we are going to do, I'm going to copy this whole code, Control A, Control C, because if I go ahead and start explaining to this code or whatsoever, I am not that good at explaining, but ChatGPT would do better. So let's go ahead and utilize ChatGPT. I'm just going to show you the way how to do it, and you can go ahead and do it on your own at your own pace and understand this code. So I'll come on Sublime Text Editor, I'll create a new file, and I'll put these signs to put my code inside these signs, just like this. Wonderful. I'll go ahead and shorten the shellcode because I don't need to flood the what do we call it, the ChatGPT interpreter. I'll just leave it like this. Then I'll say overall, what does this code do? Select everything, copy, go straight with it to your browser on ChatGPT or any AI you want to use. I'll come right here and I'll paste it, and I'll hit enter to submit. Now let's go ahead and wait for the response from ChatGPT. ChatGPT will do better. We'll go ahead and explain what is going on with this code or whatsoever. So what ChatGPT has done right here, it has just allocate some sections in our code or whatsoever. So you need to come right here on number 1, then you read through and understand, and you come on number 2, and then you come on number 3 and understand everything what is going on. This is good because ChatGPT is telling you this code will go ahead and do this. As you can see on number 4, shellcode handling and execution. The core malicious functionality involve executing arbitrary shellcode or whatsoever. So this is nice. So this is what you need to do, and we have conclusion on number 5. It says overall this C# program is designed to dynamically inject and execute shellcode within its own process while employing multiple anti-analysis techniques to evade detection by security mechanisms. Here is a summary of its primary action. Go ahead and read through everything if you need to know more. ChatGPT will do better. You can just go ahead and say explain deeper to ChatGPT, or just explain in a simple way or whatsoever. Go ahead and utilize ChatGPT to get to know this code really good. That's all, my friend. All right, we are done with ChatGPT. Now let's assume that we already know how this code do if we read ChatGPT. So now you know what is going to happen or whatsoever. Now let's go ahead and build this code. I need you to come right here on debug, drag it down. I need you to choose release. Now I need you to come on any CPU and click configuration manager, and I need you to drag this one down, click new, change ARM64 to x64 because our shellcode is an x64 shellcode, and right here it's just okay. Just go ahead and click OK, and go ahead and click close. Wonderful. As you can see, it is release x64. Now go ahead and press Ctrl+Shift+B to build the project, or just come right here and click on build and then build solution. It is going to start building the solution down here. Let's give it a second. All right, build 1 succeeded, 0 failed, 0 up to date, 0 script or whatsoever. So the build has been successfully done. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and minimize Visual Studio, minimize this one. And also right here, before I go anywhere, I need to clear the screen and launch a netcat listener, just like this. Nice. Now let's go ahead and navigate to where our payload has been stored. We all know it is going to be stored in the F drive, Visual Studio, Gopher, binary, x64, release, and this is where our binary is, Gopher. We can go ahead and look for its details or whatsoever. I believe there won't be anything. and our binary is just here, and it is not being deleted by the Windows Defender because this folder is excluded from antivirus inspections. That's why. So let's go ahead and try to copy this binary to our virtual machine, our Windows 11 virtual machine right here on the desktop. I'll go ahead and right click, paste it, and let's go ahead and see if Windows Defender will go ahead and complain. Let's go ahead and give it a second, and as you can see, threats found, Microsoft Defender antivirus found threats, get some details. Let's go ahead and see some details. All right, Trojan, MCO, Cobra Strike, SSI, MTB. Let's see some details. Alright, it's a Trojan. This program is dangerous and executes command from the attacker. It's okay. Let's just go ahead and click OK. So as we can see, our binary is being flagged as malicious because it is just plain old or whatsoever. So we need to implement some techniques to make sure that our binary will get undetected, but we'll do that in the next learning unit. For now, let's go ahead and test to see if our binary really works, because for now it is getting detected, but we need to test to see if this binary does work. So we can go ahead and turn the real-time protection off or whatsoever to really test our binary. As we can see, it has been deleted. We can go ahead and turn the virus and threat protection off to see if our binary is going to work, or let's just go ahead and create a new folder right here on the desktop and set an exclusion to that folder. I'll just name this folder Gopher again. Then I'll come on virus and threat protection settings, click on manage settings, real-time protection whatsoever. We can jump it and come to exclusions, click right here, USC prompt, click yes, click add exclusion folder, desktop, choose the folder we just created and select folder. Alright, nice. I can just go ahead and close this window and come inside this folder. I believe the Gopher binary, which is just our shellcode binary, our shellcode payload, is still in my clipboard. If I just paste right here, it will be stored right here. As you can see, it is right here now, and it is not getting flagged because this folder is excluded from the antivirus inspections. Wonderful. All right, we can go ahead and confirm that our listener is ready to catch any connection right here. Let's come back right here on the Windows 11 VM and try to launch the Gopher binary. I double clicked on it and it pops the CMD API emulation done. Don't forget that this binary or this shellcode runner payload has a sleep function, so it is going through some allocations or whatsoever, and now it is saying thread created. Now let's come back right here on our Kali Linux, and as we can see, we are having a session in this Windows 11 virtual machine. Let's go ahead and say who am I. As you can see, I am user. Wonderful. The session is just working as intended. Alright, nice. This is great start, my friend. Alright, so now we did go ahead and confirm that our binary is working, but the big problem that it is getting detected, and we are just getting started, my friend. So don't worry about anything. Meet me in the next learning unit where we are going to make our binary undetected in the eyes of this antivirus solution, my friend. So meet me in the next learning unit. This is it for this learning unit, my friend. Bye bye. I'll be seeing you in the next very interesting learning unit. Alright, my cyber friend, welcome to this learning unit where we are going to manually obfuscate our payload to make it undetected in the eyes of the appealing antivirus solution, in our case Windows Defender, that is very much up to date and it doesn't play. So there are two things we literally need to do first. The first thing is we need to stop a CMD window to pop up whenever our binary is launched, and also add some details to our binary. Let me go ahead and right click on this binary and come on properties and on details. As you can see, file description, gopher, type application, file version, product version, and copyright or whatsoever. So this is something malicious or unknown or unfamiliar in the eyes of any antivirus software or solution or whatsoever. So we need to add something that is kind of legit in the details of our binary, and also stops a CMD window to pop up whenever we double click on our binary, just like this. We don't need this is annoying. All right, so we can do these two actions by coming on Visual Studio. Right here on our code, I need you to come right here and click on the solution, right click, come on properties, and now I need you to come on output type, which is saying console application. Go ahead and change it to Windows application. So what you did right here is stopping a Windows, a CMD prompt to pop up. That's what you just did. And now let's come on assembly information. This is the details of the binary. What you can do, you can just go ahead and copy some details from a legit binary. If you need something, my friend, this is how you do it. What is the legit binary I want to use? I don't want you to see my binaries. So I'll come right here, Microsoft Edge. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take some details on the Microsoft Edge application. I'll press Alt and Enter to open the properties, then details right here. Wonderful, Microsoft Edge, whatsoever. So I can come right here, yeah, title, say Microsoft Edge. Description, what would I say? What should I say? I'll just leave it. Description, I'll just say Microsoft Corp. Company, Microsoft Corp or Microsoft Org. Product, let me just say Edge. And copyright, what is this one saying? Copyright Microsoft Corporation or whatsoever. These small things or these small changes, my friend, make a huge difference. Don't ever underestimate what I'm doing right here. Assembly version, file version. These small actions make a very huge difference, my man. I don't mean like they'll go ahead and invade detection or whatsoever, but they add up to the outcome we need of evading the detection. They add up to the outcome. So you can just go ahead and click OK. And now before we close this window, go ahead and hit Ctrl S to save. Wonderful, we have saved the file, and now I need you to go ahead and close this gopher solution. And now let's go ahead and rebuild this project. As you can see, build is finished. Come right here, close this one, I no longer need it. Alright, I'll close this window and I'll come back right here to where our binary has been stored. And it is right here, as you can see, 0010, and my time is 0011 now. If I out and enter to come on the details of this binary, we can see Microsoft Edge, file version, product name Edge, product version, copyright or whatsoever. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and copy this binary to our Windows 11 virtual machine in the folder that is excluded from the antivirus inspections. It doesn't mean that our binary is going to get undetected, but we just really go ahead and confirm that it doesn't go ahead and pop a CMD window. Let's go ahead and double click on the binary. and as we can see, there's no window that is being popped, and we all know that our payload or our binary has a sleep function, so probably at any second we should have a shell right here. As you can see, let me go ahead and cancel the shell and restart the netcat listener to really watch it in real time. Double click, no CMD that is getting popped and nothing. And if I come right here, let's go ahead and give it 5 seconds or 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Come on, let's go. Where are you? Come on. And as we can see, we are having a session. So we have fixed the details on this binary and also stopping it from popping a CMD window. And now it is still getting detected, I believe so. This is an folder that is excluded. I'll go ahead and copy our binary and paste it out right here on the desktop straight, and it should be flagged as malicious. Oh, wonderful. Kudos to Microsoft Defender. I'll go ahead and delete it. Alright, so now the real fun begins. Now we need to go ahead and start doing some real action to the outcome we need. Alright, so this is our binary gopher inside the Visual Studio or whatsoever. Now it has details and it doesn't pop CMD. Now we need to start obfuscating this binary. There is a very unique tool that we can use. We can go ahead and open up a browser, and let me close this one. We can go ahead and open up our browser and we can search for Confuser EX GitHub. Let's go ahead and open the first link on top. Alright, my friends, so this is how we're looking now. We can scroll down and try to see these files or whatsoever, but what's important is right here. Confuser EX open project or whatsoever. Go ahead and read through, notice and features that it does supports these net frameworks: simple remaining, protection against debuggers and profilers, protection against memory dumping, protection against tampering or whatsoever. These are the features that this tool is going to save. We have the usage of using the confuser on the terminal, and we have the project file confuser whatsoever, bug report or whatsoever. Alright, if you need to know more, you can go ahead and open right here and go ahead and read through this code or whatsoever. But for us, we can go ahead and download this tool, and I'll go ahead and perform some actions with you one-on-one. Release is right here. We need the latest version, which is just confuser version 1.000 whatsoever. For me, I have already provided the confuser EX already. If you come in your resources, you'll find it. Here it is. I'll copy it, come back with it right here, paste it right here. I'll go ahead and right click to extract the folder. Alright, nice. I'll go ahead and open the folder, and this is everything we do have right here. And I need you to go ahead and launch the application, which is just the binary confuser EX. Wonderful. Now let's go ahead and go back, and I'll go for binary right here. I'll pull up confuser EX. I need you to go ahead and drag the gopher binary and put it right here. Nice. Now let's go ahead and start obfuscating our binary to really evade detection. Now I need you to come on settings, and I need you to click on the gopher.executable binary and click on the plus sign, and it is saying the rules true. Go ahead and click on this pencil icon to add some rules to our binary. Alright, so the preset is very important. We can go ahead and choose minimum. This is how aggressive this obfuscator tool that is going to do to our binary. This is how aggressive it is going to apply some obfuscation rules to our binary. So if we choose minimum, it is going to apply some minimum protections or whatsoever. If we choose normal, it is going to apply some normal obfuscation, and if we choose maximum, it is going to obfuscate our binary to the deepest. Yeah, I think you get the picture. So I would like to choose normal. Normal is very good. I have tested these two in and out, and if we choose aggressive or maximum or whatsoever, it seems like the blue team guys or the defense guys has played with this aggressive and maximum and normal or whatsoever, but aggressive and maximum, they have really played with this, and they have updated their antivirus solution backends to really navigate through and see these aggressive signatures. So if you put it on normal, it is very fine. Now let's go ahead and click on plus to add some protections. All right, if we drag down right here, we can see these are all the protections we have right here. Wonderful. How many are they? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 or 11. I don't know. So what I need you to do, you can go ahead and add some protection by clicking on it, and you add another protection, drag down, and you add another protection. This is how you just do it. But I don't want you to go ahead and how do I remove? Let me just say done or whatsoever, but I'm not done. Okay, let's just go ahead and leave it like that, like this. I don't want you to put this protection in their correct order, like this order, like adding all protection in this order. No, I need you to mismatch them. You can take resources protection and put it on top, then you can come right here and put name protection and put it right here, then you drag down to add another protection, then you add anti-tamper protection. That's what I need you to do. This is the technique I need you to do. You can choose anti-dump protection, come back and choose the first protection, which is anti-idasm protection, then constant protection, then reference protection. You just have to mismatch them. Don't put this protection in their order. It is very important. You go ahead and get flagged or whatsoever. So mismatch them, change the preset to normal, aggressive, maximum or whatsoever, minimum. Go ahead and test it if you have time, but for now I'm just giving you bullet points and tips to really go about it. Anti-debug protection, invalid metadata, resources protection. I believe I do have it. Anti-dump, do I have it? I have anti-dump. Yeah, that's the thing of mismatching. You have to see control flow. Do we have it? No, we didn't. Yeah, let's put another protection right here. Anti-tamper, constant, control flow, anti-dump, anti-debug. Do we have anti-debug right here? Yeah, we do have it right here. Invalid metadata or whatsoever, rename resources, anti-debug or whatsoever, reference proxy, it is there. So I believe these are all the protections or whatever, control flow, it is just there. Alright, so this is how I need you to do. Go ahead and just say done, and once you are done, before we move on to protect right here, there's this thing called packer, and it is a compressor that is going to reduce the size of your payload. I don't really recommend you to use your packer. You can apply your very good settings right here, protections to your binary, but you can apply these protections to your binary and come right here and protect them and get the outputted binary to your target system. That is very much up to date, and it will go ahead and evade antivirus solution. But if you add the packer right here, it is going to compress. When you add something to a binary or whatsoever, it is going to put its metadata inside that binary or inside that file or whatsoever, and if that metadata is known, like this packer tool is known for malicious things, so if it is found on a file or whatsoever, your file will go ahead and be flagged as malicious. You can take a CMD binary and start obfuscating it or any file, and if you put a packer on it or a compressor on it, even if it is legit and undetected, it will go ahead and be said it is malicious because it is playing and dealing with malicious stuff. So I really recommend you to put the packer. I think I have explained it better. All right, so this is enough for the protections or whatsoever. Let's come right here on protect, and I need you to say protect to really start adding those functions or features or obfuscating techniques to your binary. And that was quite fast, finished 4 seconds. Wonderful. Now we can open the confused folder, and as we can see, our binary is now in 40 kilobytes in size, and if we look earlier it was just 7 kilobyte size, so which means it has been obfuscated. Now let's go ahead and copy this binary to our Windows 11 target virtual machine right here, and I'll paste it on this desktop to really see it is going to get detected. I pasted it, and the antivirus is not flagging anything or whatsoever. Right here our listener is ready and antivirus is not flagging. What is this notification right here? Let me clear everything. And if I come right here on the Windows security, let me go ahead and see if they are up and running. Real-time protection, dev drive protection, and temper protection, they are on and they are working just fine. Let's just go ahead and scan this file. And as you can see, one file scanned and 0 threats found. Our binary is not getting detected by the static analysis. Now let's go ahead and try to run it, and it will go ahead and start to analyze it in real time. Let's go ahead and double click on the binary, and let's wait for any notification to see something, if it is going to get flagged or whatsoever. And seems like everything is fine. Our binary did not get flagged, and it also did not pop a CMD or whatsoever. This is nice. This is really nice. Are you seeing anything right here? Nope. But hopefully we should have a shell in this target system. Let's come back right here on the Kali Linux, and as you can see, we do have a shell. Wonderful. There is another catch you need to pay attention to. As you can see, Microsoft is not really complaining or whatsoever. Windows Defender is not seeing anything. It is blind as a bat. We just put a slap on its face like PAM, and now it is blind. It is seeing stars or whatsoever dead on the ground. But if we move an inch, like run a command, maybe it will get us like it will get us or go ahead and flag us as something malicious, because this binary should not be running commands in the target system or whatsoever. Now let's go ahead and run a command. Who am I? I am user in this wonderful system. Let's come back to the Windows 11 virtual machine. As you can see, nothing yet, and as you can see, threats found. Wonderful. Kudos to them. Meterpreter or whatsoever, it's okay. Let's go ahead and see the details. Alright, so this program is dangerous. Execute the commands from the attacker, and now it is saying affected items, behavior process. This is the binary and the PID, which means it is already running in the memory, but the file that has started the actions is gopher.executable. Let's just go ahead and say okay. It can just go ahead and delete our binary, my friend, but it won't boot us out. That's the sweet, or that's the beauty of the technique. When we generated our shellcode, we did put a function that Metasploit supports, which is exit thread. You feel me? You can just go ahead and say remove start actions. You can just go ahead and delete our binary right here. As you can see, our binary is gone, but if we come back right here, we still do have a session in this target system. I am just user dir. Everything is working just fine. You can just go ahead and launch a PowerShell session, and I'll bypass the execution policy. Let me clear the screen. PWD, where am I? I mean the users or whatsoever, net users. Our session is working very fine. We just getting flagged once and it is not yet complaining or whatsoever. It just say we took care of business, we are great, we are doing great, but it doesn't know we are already inside in the memory playing, tampering around or whatsoever. It is up and running, my friend. Virus and threat protection is up and running. As you can see, and also our machine is very much up to date, my friend. Alright, let's give it a second to check for updates. Come on, don't take too long. What's wrong with you? As you can see, we are very much up to date. This is nice and this is wonderful. So the catch and what is very important right here is for you to keep playing with Confuser EX on settings right here on the rules. This is what's important. You need to keep playing right here. You need to mismatch these protection features or whatsoever. Go ahead and mismatch them. Change the preset to aggressive maximum or whatsoever to really see. Click on inherit protections or whatsoever to really see what is going on inside, my friend. You can change it to maximum or whatsoever. Click done, protect, done. I'll cancel this session I'm having, launch another netcat listener, come back right here to grab the new. I'll refresh. As you can see, 0032, this is the new fresh. Come back and I'll paste it right here on the desktop. Let's go ahead and scan it. Static analysis is not finding us or detecting anything. Our netcat listener is ready. Let's go ahead and run the binary. Nothing is showing or whatsoever. Let's come back right here on our netcat listener. Come on, let's go. Where's our shell? Here it is. And I believe we are not getting flagged. Yeah, but if we say VMI or net users, it will go ahead and flag and say this binary should not be running commands right here. Net user didn't get flagged or whatsoever. I believe the maximum really did it. dir, it didn't flag it. VMI, maybe there it will go ahead and flag, as you can see. So this binary is not allowed to determine who it is or who runs this binary. Yeah, what context did this binary run as? Who is the user? This binary should not ask who it was run by. When we say who am I, as you can see, all these commands work fine, but who am I, this binary is doing something malicious by asking who did run it. So it should not be happening in application, maybe in the Windows realm or whatsoever. It determines with the type of binary. This is an unknown binary from another land, so why is it asking for who am I? So that's not straight. That's why it is getting flagged. But what's wonderful is we are still having a session. So we really did it. Our goal was really to evade and not get booted out or whatsoever. That's the power of exit thread right here. Let me cancel and show you what I'm saying on exit thread function right here. As you can see, exit function is equals to thread. If we didn't have this function right here, when our binary got deleted, it will go ahead and die. Our session will go ahead and die. So it is nice to have this function right here. We already live in memory. Even our process is deleted on the disk or whatsoever. Wonderful. So this is it, my friend. This is it for this lesson. Go ahead and meet me in the next learning unit where we are going to do other marvelous stuff. But for now, I just gave you the task or something to do. Go ahead and play with Confuser EX. Go ahead and practice with the rules, the Packer, whatsoever. I told you what to do. Go ahead and play with everything, the Packer or whatsoever, maximum presets, minimum or whatsoever. Go ahead and see what really works good or whatsoever. Go ahead and change some stuff or whatsoever, my friend. You can go ahead and submit them on VirusTotal to really check what is better, but I don't really recommend you to go ahead and do that because you'll be selling our source code, my friend. Don't do that. If we find you, mama, we are going to beat you. So I think you feel me, my friend. So this is it for this learning unit, my friend. Bye bye. I'll be meeting you in the next one, and I love you, my friend. Feel safe, stay safe, suffer well in the journey. Suffer, don't suffer alone. There's always a community to help you. Join the Discord channel, my friends. Suffer in the process. Great things lies ahead. Bye bye, my friend. I love you. Hey, what's up, my friend? I just want to say this section was a sweet journey or experience for me, and I enjoyed every second of it. I hope you learned something new or cool. So this is the end of this journey. Hope to meet you in the next one. Bye bye, my cyber friend. I love you all.